Welcome to Fantasy Now Plus, your Monday edition, 7/14. It's July 14th already. That's right. We are so close to preseason kicking off, but today we will be ranking the AFC and NFC East divisions. We'll be going quarterbacks 1 through 8, tight ends 1 through 8. You guys know the deal by now. So, hope you guys are excited to talk some AFC East, NFC East. We got some great quarterbacks, great tight ends, great running backs. A great show lined up for you. So, let's get started. Let's start the show, Justin.
You're watching the Fantasy Recap, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
That's right. The name of the show is the Fantasy Recap because honestly, it's just your weekly flagship show here at Fantasy Now Plus. If you're watching here on FantasyNowPlus.com or wherever you're watching, please hit the like button, subscribe. If you're not watching on Fantasy Now Plus, if you're watching on Finn's Talk Sports Network, go ahead and jump over to our page, Fantasy Now Plus, hit the subscribe button. You can go back to Finn's Talk after that if you wish. Just make sure you just go over and hit the subscribe button because we are in huge partnership with Bobby and the guys over there at FTSN. We are going to be coming to you live 7 days a week here in about a month. So get used to us. We're not going anywhere. And we have a lot of news. Well, not news. I wouldn't say good news. We have news on a player or two. We should get into it before we get into our rankings of the AFC and NFC West, our East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. I don't like West Coast people. You get to go watch football earlier. You get to stay up later. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't like West Coast people. You guys have it made out there and you don't even know it. You don't. You have no idea how good you have it. I've talked literally for 2 minutes straight, Justin. What's going on?
I was like, what are you talking about right now? Like, you're just going on and on and on about whatever you want to today. And we're already starting the show late. So, Jamie, what's up? Yeah, we had some technical difficulties heading into the show, and I don't know, but I almost quit. I was almost done for good. Because this wasn't for me anymore. But we're here. So
you're going to cheer up. He was honestly he was throwing punches at the air because he could not get his computer to log in and work correctly.
I told my dad yesterday, he was like tapping his phone harder and harder. And I was like, the harder you tap, it doesn't make it work any better. And I'm over here like slamming fingers into my keyboards. Like, why isn't this working? Why isn't it doing anything? And I really felt some karma coming back around.
It's all right. What's going on, Raphael? What's going on, Jamie? We still have a couple more people watching in the chat that have not made their presence known. So if you want to go ahead and just drop a comment, say what's up, be much appreciated. Again, we have some terrible news that broke Saturday evening as I just got home from my Scott Fishbowl live draft in Orlando. I'm so thankful that I went 0 running back, did not draft 1 running back on Saturday. So I didn't have to worry about Quishon Judkins or what I was calling him Studkins because I just traded Justin Jefferson for him literally like 4 days ago. So I was really hyped to add Studkins on my team, but no longer Studkins. He is I can't think of a name. But he's no longer Studkins. He was arrested on Saturday for domestic violence and battery charges in Fort Lauderdale, Florida on Saturday, according to the Fort Lauderdale Police in Broward County arrest records. There's a lot to dive into at the moment. And honestly, I don't think Justin's in the mood to talk about it, but we must talk about it.
No, it's not a good look. I mean, we don't know everything yet. Apparently, this is old reports from before he was in the NFL, but that was like 2 months ago. Before he was in the NFL, that is. It's not good. And because of that, it looks like they're saying Jerome Ford is believed to be the starter for now in the Browns backfield. So
it stinks. I was on record already saying, like, go ahead and keep Ford or draft Ford late, and he's going to be relevant within the first 4 to 5 weeks because that's usually how things go. I know we have people on this network and other networks that state that's, clown talk and they invested this and that to get these guys. Well, at the end of the day, coaches are going to do what they want to do. And I did believe that Jerome Ford was going to get the first shot. And I thought Judkins and Sampson would be secondary shots until Ford failed or wasn't good enough or whatever the case may be. So not a lot has changed for me redraft wise. I don't think I was drafting Judkins super high in redraft. So that being said, nothing's changed. I did try to get some information on players arrested and for this specific, charge and what their outcomes were. And the majority of them were dropped and never heard of again. So I'm not going to overreact, and you shouldn't either. We need to let the legal, play out. If you've already drafted him, keep him. Don't panic sell. Don't do what I did a long time ago when I was an inexperienced player, when Tyreek got in trouble for allegedly doing things to a child and telling his wife or his alleged girlfriend at the time this and that on a voicemail. I sold him for pennies because I thought Tyreek would never play football again. I was a clown. The NFL wants money. The NFL loves money. And if the players play well, they'll play because the NFL doesn't care at the end of the day. So that's my analysis on Judkins. You might think differently. You might think this guy, and trust me, I do think dirtbags, I do think that, but we still play fantasy football. We still roster Joe Mixon, don't we? We still rostered Peyton Manning all these years, and he was accused of bad things in college. Things happen. People are dirtbags. If we didn't draft dirtbags, we wouldn't play fantasy football or basketball or baseball or tennis or any other sport or any other walks of life. So that's my thought on it. It sucks. Unfortunate. Get better. Quishon, be a better person.
Right. A couple other news. Theo Johnson is healthy after undergoing surgery last year. That's the tight end for the Giants, if you care. Dak Prescott says he is fully healthy ahead of training camp. Cordell Patterson may be on the outside looking in for a roster spot this year, even with losing Najee Harris, but because of Caleb Johnson and signing Kenneth Gainwell, he's looking at RB4. We'll see. Christian Kirk looking like a potential safety blanket for CJ Stroud. Somebody has to be. It can't be only Nico Collins. And then the only other real ones that I saw was today, and that was Juwan Jennings is seeking a new contract or a trade from the 49ers. That's big. And Ndamukong Suh retired.
I thought he's been retired. I literally thought he's been retired.
Me too.
Jamie, I don't know how they open court on a Sunday either. So special privileges, I guess. Raphael has a question in the chat. Is Darren Waller or new Dolphins wide receiver Westbrook worth being drafted? I read articles this morning. Wide receiver is nursing an undisclosed injury this offseason. I'm not ever going to draft Westbrook in fantasy because I don't think he's going to get the opportunities in Miami like he did in Tennessee. No. And I think Darren Waller I said this, I will be surprised if he catches 17 balls this year. If he catches 17 balls this year, that's one ball a game, I will be shocked. I will be 1,000% shocked if he catches more than one ball a game. That's all.
Westbrook was very touchdown dependent last year. He scored touchdowns in almost every game. It seemed like after week 6, but he was very touchdown dependent, kind of like other tight ends that we've talked about. Where if he doesn't score a touchdown, we're looking at single digit games, and they're not good single digit. I mean, we're talking low single digit games. So if you factor in that Nick was probably the second best wide receiver in Tennessee, and now he's maybe third, maybe fourth behind Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I don't think he's rosterable in fantasy. I mean,
I'll be okay
that's a possibility. That'd be really fun.
I'd be okay missing out on that. He catches a 17th ball. Boom. I don't wish this on nobody, but like it's an injury that it knocks him out for the season. Got a 17 balls. I guess I'm shocked. No, honestly, I really will be shocked if he averages more than one catch a game. I mean, it's Darren Waller. I haven't seen him play football in like 3 years. Neither of you. What are the odds he comes back and he's just refreshed, renewed? I knew him. Like the odds are against him, but we're rooting for him. We are, especially here on the FinStock Sports Network.
Maybe this is year 2 in Oakland for Darren Waller, where he was the tight end 3, and then he followed it up with a tight end 2 performance.
Well, we're going to talk about draftable receivers and tight ends on the Miami Dolphins. We do have maybe about 3 or 4 to talk about today. But let's get started in that, Justin. Did you want to start with the quarterback position as usual, or did you want to do something different?
We're talking about Darren Waller. Let's just go ahead straight to the tight end position.
Oh, we're ripping the Band-Aid off. We're ripping the Band-Aid off in the worst position.
Hell
Here
yeah.
it is. I'm curious to see who you put up here.
Dallas Goedert, Dalton Kincaid, Darren Waller, Hunter Henry, Jake Ferguson, Mason Taylor, Theo Johnson, and Zach Ertz. Of course, we are talking about the AFC and NFC East divisions. So that's the Bills, Cowboys, Dolphins, Patriots, Giants, Jets, Eagles, and Commanders.
Gross. I think this is gross. I think this entire thing is gross.
This is so bad. This is so bad.
So if we're talking realistically, it's got to be Dalton Kincaid as the number one option here.
Has to be. I don't know any other option here other than Dalton Kincaid.
He had 44 catches last year, just under 450 yards. He had 448, 2 touchdowns. He's been very disappointing since entering the league. He was supposed to be their Kelsey, their Brock Bowers, the guy that Josh Allen depends on. When Stephon Diggs left, everybody was going, oh, it's going to be Dalton Kincaid. It just didn't happen. Khalil Shakir stepped up. He had a bigger role. They leaned heavily on James Cook, which we'll talk about him in the running back position, but they heavily leaned on James Cook last season. I don't know what to think about Dalton Kincaid, but when thinking about the other tight ends on this list, there's only about 2 guys that are close that I like better than Kincaid. And one is almost 50 years old and plays for Washington. And he's my next guy.
Zach Ertz. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like the next guy has to be Zach Ertz. Maybe you can make a strong argument for Dallas Goedert. He does really well in that offense. But honestly, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, basically the same, right? Kind of in their offense.
They're all former teammates.
You are correct. So I'm gonna put them in the same little category here. I think it's a Dalton Kincaid tier, and then the Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert tier. And after that,
the problem with Goedert, he doesn't play a full season. When's the last time he played a full season? I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guesses. When's the last year he played a full season? Dallas Goedert, all games, every game.
He's never. 2018 when he played 16 games, his rookie season.
He just gets hurt all the time. He can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
He hasn't caught over 60 balls ever in his life. He's never hit 900 yards receiving. He's never going to be that guy because they have A.J. Brown, they have Devontae Smith, they have Saquon Barkley, and they have the tush push. So Goedert is really almost a 5th, 6th option there, which stinks. It stinks, but man, when he produces, he produces. That's why I kind of like Ertz a little bit more, because I don't think they have the same talent in Washington. And Jaden Daniels is going to spread the ball to Ertz, to McLaurin more. And there's not a lot of Debo's there now, but Debo's been dead for 5 years. So I really don't believe Debo's going to come in there and just be rejuvenated. So that's why I think Zach Ertz is my number 2, because he's the number 2 guy there.
Yeah. I agree.
We're looking at 4. It gets worse, people.
Can we pass?
So we have a rookie. We have a rookie. Well, let's bring it down the list. We have a rookie in Mason Taylor.
Yep.
With Justin Fields. We have Hunter Henry, who catches 1 ball for 1 touchdown and 6 yards, if we're lucky. We have Jake Ferguson, who I think he's the guy. And we have
Theo Johnson. Dak year. This is the Dak year, so this could be a Jake Ferguson year. But now you also add George Pickens in that lineup.
Raphael makes a good point in the chat, and it's about tight ends. So we are going to talk about it. He said he rostered Zach Ertz last year, and he was average at times. Let me tell you something. We're ranking the AFC and NFC East. Most of these guys were below average.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're just average at times here in the East, especially at the tight end position, you have to be ranked this high because he's he had 7 touchdowns last year, right? 654 yards. He was getting the targets. He was getting more targets than almost all these tight ends. He had 91 last year, which for his age.
It's so crazy that, if you go back and look at the North divisions, we're looking at TJ Hawkinson, Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta, David Njoku.
Yeah.
some fairly decent guys. The South, whatever, but the East, we're like, what?
So Zach Ertz played in the slot 366 times last year, which was third most for tight ends in the NFL last year. All. And when a tight end plays in the slot, you kind of want, I mean, that's a red flag. Not a red flag. It's a green flag. It means go. Let's do it. Because that means they're running routes. If they're sitting there at the tight end position on the line, what's going to happen? When you see your tight end split out right there on the slot, you see Kyle Pitts or you see Zach Ertz or you see Travis Kelce, you know it's going to be an opportunity for him to catch the ball. So I like that. Whenever I see a tight end with slot snaps, like Zach Ertz had last year, third most in the NFL, that's someone I want to target and someone I want to continue to target in the NFL. The rest of these guys, honestly, you can throw in Hunter Henry. Like, I don't have any opinion. Ferguson, Henry, I don't.
I think there, maybe give the rookie some love. Theo here, Darren here.
Yeah. Will the Dolphins line up Darren Waller in the slot? Jonnu lined up in the slot 227 times last year, 36% of the time he did hit the field. He was in the slot. That was 14th best in the NFL. So I can easily see Darren Waller line up in the slot to take that, workload from Jonnu Smith, because not much has changed over there in Miami. But is he as athletic and more, can he do the things that Jonnu Smith can do? Jonnu Smith isn't even 30 yet, is he? What is he? How old is he? Yeah, he's 29.9. He's about to be 30 years old. He can still make plays out there on the slot. I would love to see them play him on the slot, but honestly, wouldn't you rather see a receiver out there, Raphael? Wouldn't you rather see Tua thrown it to Westbrook or Kina, see what he can do? Because let's be honest, Tennessee, Will Levis was nothing special last year. He's going to be upgraded at the quarterback. We'll talk about Tua and how he's a big upgrade from Will Levis, but we'll get there right now. Do you want to go to quarterbacks?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, Jamie. I'm still holding on to Greg Dulci's 200. Yes. I'll never give up.
Craig, what's up, man? Good to see you.
I was never in on Greg Dulcich, by the way, but I did see the potential, but I was never full in because it was hard to get full in on Denver. It was hard.
Let's talk about quarterbacks here, because we actually have some really good quarterbacks. I mean, we have 3 top 5 quarterbacks in these two divisions between Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts. Josh, who you got at number 1?
The quarterback position? Come on.
Yeah. Josh Allen, right?
Yeah. I mean, no. What? Tua. Bro, we're in the Fins Talk Sports Network. You think I'm going to... No, it's not Tua. It's Josh Allen. He's obviously... We don't need to say how special he is. He's just... He's Josh Allen.
Make your argument for Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels for QB2. Or do you have Dak Prescott up there?
No, I don't. No. I personally have Jalen Hurts as my number 2. And the specific reason why is because the tush push didn't get banned. It's still there. It's still going to happen. And he does have better options when it comes to throwing the ball. I do love A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith quite significantly better than Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. I love Goddard, but what is he? Can he stay healthy? I love Saquon Barkley. I just feel like they have better weapons, and we've seen Jalen Hurts do this. It's not like his sophomore year. I am scared, and I know this is a trope, and I know that there's no evidence to back this up, but I've been on this show multiple times stating, y'all are overdrafting Jaden Daniels. You did it with CJ Stroud. You did it with everybody else. I'm just scared. I still have Jaden Daniels at 3, but I'm not drafting him like y'all are. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. There's too many other quarterbacks out there that I can get later that can produce just not as good as Jaden Daniels last year, obviously, but pretty dang good. So I'm so scared of the dip. I'm so terrified.
I am also very scared. I love me some Jaden Daniels, but I'm very cautious about it. I know we made a trade where you gave me Jaden Daniels, I gave you Patrick Mahomes and some other players, Marvin Harrison, I think also. But his rushing upside really helps me out. CJ Stroud has no rushing upside. He only can pass the ball. And when his receivers go down, that does kind of suck for him. Whereas Jaden can extend the plays with on that field, regardless of his wide receiver position. So and I like his offense coordinator better. Bobby Slowick really, or I think it was Slowick, really sucked for Houston in CJ Stroud's second year. Cliff Kingsbury still is the offensive coordinator there. So I'm cautious about him, but I don't have him outside the top 5 still.
No, it's hard. It's gonna be hard because of the rushing. He had 891 yards on the ground last year. Jalen Hurts had 630. So like he can still run the ball too. That's why I have no problem putting Hurts
Mhm.
above Daniels because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen multiple times where I'm more of a, and I talked about this at the Scott Fishbowl draft with people. I am a prove it person. I want to see it before I do it. I want to
Well,
see. I want to see it happen more than once. Like if
yeah,
my daughter cleans her room once and goes, "Okay, take me to buy new Jordans," I'll go, "Okay, can you maintain this?" Because I'm not
yeah,
going to spend $250 on these shoes just because you clean something once. Now I know it's totally different, totally different. But it's like I saw Brandon Lloyd break out at 28 years old. He didn't do it again. Now this is different because he's younger. I know I'm bringing up all these things that don't matter. But what I'm saying is, I can't buy in that easy. I'm a hard sell. I am hard sell, and I'm not gonna draft Jaden Daniels this year because I'm not gonna spend that capital. I can't. I can't do it. I'd love to. I'd love to, but I just can't do it. But I do have Dak at 4.
yeah. I would put
You know
Dak
why?
at
You
4
want
here.
you wanna know why I have Dak at 4?
Why do you
It's
have
an
Dak
odd
at 4?
year. It's an odd year. That's what he does in odd years. In odd years, he's a quarterback 1. Since 2019, that trend has continued. 2019, 21.7 fantasy points per game. 2020, he played 5 games, got hurt. 2021 came back 20.7 fantasy points per game. 2022, down year, 17.8. Don't think he finished the season. 2023, back up, baby, 20.7. Last year, we all know what happened. It's time. Dak is a yo-yo player. He's up and down. I like that they added George Pickens. It's not just the yo-yo in this, guys. I love that they added George Pickens. I didn't think Brandon Cooks was enough to support a wide receiver 2. I like Jake Ferguson's contribution to the team. And CeeDee Lamb. Remember last year, y'all? CeeDee Lamb was the best receiver of all time. Nobody can overtake CeeDee Lamb. Now all of a sudden we're 1 year removed from that. Y'all hate CD now. Come on, he's still a super stud. So you pair up any kind of decent above average quarterback with a super stud, we see what happens. I've called Dak Prescott the new Kirk Cousins for the past 3 years because that's who he is. He's a middle of the road quarterback that can throw the ball to CD, that can get you average points and has good upsides in some weeks. That's all he is. He's just an upgraded version of Kirk Cousins, and I love it. I'm here for it. Am I wrong?
No, he's not going to win you the Super Bowl, but he's going to do very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
For sure.
it's the new Tony Romo, like going to be very good, just not going to win you a Super Bowl. So it's as long as Cowboy fans are acceptable to that, then great. You're never going to see him holding a Lombardi of his own. So after that, I have to put Drake May here. His rushing upside, he was great last year, even how bad the Patriots were. So I'm fine with putting Drake May at 5. I think that is deservable. Now the question is Fields, Russell Wilson, Tua Tagovailoa.
I like May, by the way. I'm glad you asked my opinion on it. I drafted him as my quarterback 1 in Scott Fishbowl. People forget this. He has a rushing floor, or I guess ceiling, or whatever you want to floor, I guess. He rushed for 421 yards. I do want to see it more than just 1 year. My problem is with him is the picks, the interceptions. He threw at least 1 interception through weeks 9 through 16 consecutively. Every week from weeks 9 through 16, he threw at least 1 interception. That's got to get cleaned up. They did add Diggs, which is why I like him above these other guys. Now, the other guys, Tua, Fields, Russell Wilson. We're a Dolphins network at the end of the day. And Tua has been hated on by at least half the fan base and the rest of the world. And it's a good reason. He can't stay healthy. He's injured all the time. But when he's on the field, he's so good. Weeks 12, I know this is very small. Hear me out. Weeks 12 through 14, when he was healthy and playing, he was a quarterback too.
Three.
But hold on.
Weeks.
Hold on. Let me explain
What
myself.
about weeks 8 through 12 when he was also healthy?
3-2.
Eight
Homie didn't play a
through
lot of.
12. Weeks 8 through 12, he played
Hey,
last year.
he was coming back from he had hip injuries, he got concussions, you got to get back in the game. No, listen, I'm not defending Tua and I'm not drafting Tua anywhere. But let's not forget last year alone, he is the most accurate quarterback in the league. He was number 1 in completion percentage against pressure. That's from these sites. Number 1 completion percentage off of play action. 3rd completion percentage in the red zone. He was the number 1 completion percentage in the entire NFL. In the versus zone, number 2, and versus man-on-man coverage, he's number 6. He is super accurate and can get you fantasy points when he plays. And he has Tyreek and Waddle, who could be the best receiving duo in the league. I'm not going to say they are, but they could be. There's no reason why we should be ranking him below Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, or the rest of these guys because of his upside. But his floor is freaking so low. His floor is he doesn't
Drake
play.
May higher?
I rank Drake May higher. I do.
You do not.
I do. No, I do. I have May higher than Tua.
You do not.
I'm gonna change it. I was looking at it this morning.
Okay.
I made changes already.
Josh,
I didn't,
looking at it right here.
No, I know I didn't, but I'm gonna change it. I've already look at it. When did I update my rankings this morning? Right, I didn't do that one, but I wanted to. It's on my paper.
10th,
On my paper, it is.
Yeah.
Son of a.
Okay. So Tua right there. Okay, got it. And then I agree here. You got to look at Russell Wilson, and until Justin Fields does anything, you got to assume he's going to give you what he's given you. So, honestly, all 8 quarterbacks are actually very serviceable quarterbacks in the for fantasy rosters. Like, I'm not going to be mad about any.
I could see at least 6 of these finishing in the top 12. I could see that. I don't think they will, but I could see a world where they could.
All 8 will finish in the top 24. I will say that.
I don't know about Tua. He's gonna stay on the field. There's a world where we see Zach Wilson play 10 games
in Miami.
That's a world. It's a world we live in. I don't want to live in that world. Let's go to the running backs.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here we have Braylon Allen, Breece Hall, Brian Robinson Jr., Devon Achane, James Cook, Javonte Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, Saquon Barkley, Travion Henderson, and Tyrone Tracy. And Josh, this morning I asked you to eliminate 4 others that did not make the top 10. That was Miles Sanders, Austin Eckler, Cam Scatterbo, and Jalen Wright. We have eliminated them already from the top 10. They are somewhere in between 11 and 14, just so you all know.
Who starts in Indy, AR-15 or Daniel Jones? I've been telling y'all Daniel Jones for about 2 months now. I don't know why nobody listens to me.
Is he hurt again? Is this new news? Or are we just talking about the same injury for several days?
Probably the same injury for several days.
It's probably the same injury that was 3 weeks ago. So he aggravated his AC joint. Yeah.
Raphael, come back for next week about Kyren Williams. We'll be talking about my homeboy Kyren Williams. He might be my running back 1 over there in the West. But yes, we're talking East today. Saquon Barkley, easy. Put him in there. 1. Put him in there.
I agree here. Saquon easily number 1. After that, do you lean Breece Hall or James Cook or other?
Where do you lean? You're always asking me these questions. Where do you lean?
You're the host, man. I'm just asking you questions.
Yeah, I'm the host, so I should be that one asking questions. You're making me see. This is what he does, people. This is what he does. He says, "Hey, Josh, rank these players in front of everybody," and then when people call us out for it, "Oh man, those rankings are brutal," or "Oh this," and then he goes, "Oh well, Josh did it. It was all Josh." That's his game plan. That's what he does.
Not you exposing me after 3 years. Okay, so they're both in similar situations. James Cook and Breece Hall both have running quarterbacks who are going to take rushing attempts from them. However, one of them is more dominant in the red zone than the other one is. And that's Josh Allen is way more dominant than Justin Fields in the red zone. Justin Fields might take the ball from the 20 to the 20, but once you get into the red zone for the Bills, it's Josh Allen. I lean Breece Hall here over James Cook. I roster James Cook a lot. I don't roster Breece Hall anywhere, but I would lean Breece Hall from his explosiveness, and he's in a contract year, I think, too. So it's
I'm
James
going other, by the way. That's right, Finstock.
Achane.
That's right, Finstock.
Achane.
We're going
Didn't
Achane.
even I completely overlooked Achane altogether. So
When Tua plays football, Achane gets catches. If you're into betting at all or you like to gamble, take the over on his line for receptions that game. If Tua plays, it's always going to hit. This dude comes out of games with 7 catches, 8 catches, 6 catches, 8 catches. Like, he just catches footballs. And we all know that is a cheat code for your team. Now, if Breece Hall returns to the Breece Hall who catches 70 balls a year, it's going to be Breece Hall. But we haven't seen that Breece Hall since his rookie season. Do things change with Justin Fields? Does Justin Fields open lanes for him? Does Justin Fields get him the ball in the backfield? That's to be determined. Now, what is determined is when Tua plays, he dumps it off to Achane, and Achane gets space and creates space. I'm taking Achane here for his potential to go to the moon, because I'll tell you why. James Cook, what's his biggest kryptonite, or what is his biggest hurdle in your opinion? In my opinion, is
the red
Josh
zone.
Josh Allen. Yes.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
16
last year
touchdowns though. 16 touchdowns.
And he had 18 total touchdowns. And last year, 10 of his touchdowns came from inside the 10. So you can say, well, Josh, you just debunked us. He did it within the 10. But then I looked at numbers inside the 5. Not as great. So most of James Cook's touchdowns came literally from the 5 to 10 yard line, not inside the 5. I think he only had 2 touchdowns inside the 5. So that's huge for me. Where Achane is the only guy there, you can't really Jalen Wright, the rookie they just drafted, Ollie Gordon. These guys aren't ready to step up and to take his role. And goodness gracious, Raphael, just please let me know. Do they still have this Ahmed guy? I can't stand him. I hope he's not there. I hope this is Achane's backfield alone. And I do think if he is alone, he is the number 2. That's a long-winded conversation. You could put Hall and Cook whichever way you want. I'm going against myself. I'm putting Cook at 3 and Breece Hall at 4.
Breece Hall has had games since his rookie season. His rookie season, he actually finished as RB52 because of a torn ACL. His second season, he did play all 17 games. He finished as RB2. And then, of course, last year, RB16. Mind you, both of those years were Aaron Rodgers years, where the first year it was not Aaron Rodgers after 4 plays, and we had Zach Wilson and Mike White, I think. Then last year was an Aaron Rodgers year at RB16. He hasn't played with a quarterback that is going to open lanes up for him. So that, I think that could change things this year. Whereas, like, if the Jets were going to rush it last year, it was definitely Breece Hall or maybe Braylon Allen. It was never going to be the quarterback. There was no option of ability with Aaron Rodgers. So I would not be surprised if Breece Hall finishes way higher than this.
I wouldn't be surprised. Don't bring up Gaskin's name either, man. That's nightmares. That is freaking nightmares. By the way, Achane 2 years in the league, 2 years with double-digit touchdowns. All right, the next guy on my list, I'm eyeing. I like Tracy in this role. I might be in the minority. Where would you go? The rookie? We going Henderson already?
Well, at this point, I mean, we're looking at backup running back. I think the Commanders still need an actual running back. Backup running back, in my opinion, for the Cowboys, RB55 with Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie Trevion Henderson. Those two are going to be battling it out. And then Tyrone Tracy, who may lose his job to Cam Skattebo.
Yeah, right.
I'm going Tyrone Tracy. He proved it last year. Why would he not do it again?
The only problem with Tracy is he's almost 26 years old. He only had 3 weeks as a running back, 1 on the season last year. I think people liked Tracy last year because he was a pleasant surprise and we didn't see it coming. He had 7 weeks outside of the top 24. That's hard as a running back. If he's your running back 2 and you're starting him in half the season, he's giving you running back 3 production. It's very difficult to start him. But again, they brought in Cam Skattebo. I don't believe in him. But if you do, then I understand it. It's fine. But I don't think Singletary is a threat either. So that's my thing is, who do they bring in to compete with him? a slow running back that played in a small school. I'm not,
Well,
LeGarrette Hart all over again.
They still have your boy Devin Singletary. So I mean,
Toby Gerhart, that's his name. Toby Gerhart all over again. Remember when he was supposed to be the savior in Minnesota?
no,
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't
Jacksonville.
know who
He
you're
went
talking
to
about.
He went to Jacksonville.
So
Anyway.
I'm trying to look because obviously Tyrone Tracy wasn't the RB1 on his own team the entire season. He didn't really start getting significant reps until week 5. He had a poor week. He did have a couple of poor weeks with single digit rush attempts, but he still scored points in those games, which is crazy. Like week 16, he had 7 rushes, but 16.9 points because he had 4 receptions and a touchdown. So he does score without running the ball. But since he actually was playing running back starting in week 5, he did finish the season as RB14.
That's great. That's why I have him there. Like I'm just saying, I think he did better than what we expected, and that's why people are kind of on him. Now, the last 3 or however many you want to rank, do you even have Javonte Williams on our list?
Yeah, he's right there.
I'm sorry,
right under James Cook.
I'm minimized, so I barely see the screen.
Yeah,
so
he's right under James. He's there.
Would you rank him over Brian Robinson Jr.?
No, I would rank Brian Robinson Jr. over him. Javonte Williams, I've been quietly telling you this for as long as he's been in this league. He's not going to be anything, and he still has not done anything to prove that to me. I mean, Javonte Williams has at best been RB17 his rookie season. And since then, he has not finished higher than RB29. He's not good. He's just
Jamie, if you're still here, this is going back to the Denver Bronco Greg Dulcich argument. It was hard for me to get behind Javonte Williams in Denver. Hard for me to get anyone in Denver to be excited. But
I personally, me would be Brian Robinson Jr., Travion Henderson, Javonte Williams, and I could even argue Ramondre Stevenson over Javonte Williams.
Woo! Couldn't be me, but you do it the way you want to, brother, and I'll just let it ride. While you do that, yes, I did hear about Najee and his eye. Oh my goodness! Stay away from fireworks, people.
What a dummy!
Listen, I got no opinion on if you want to do your fireworks or not. That's fine. Do whatever you gotta do. But if you are making millions and millions of dollars playing a game, just don't here. Get an Uber. Right? Just get Ubers. This is a rule number 1. Golden rule number 1. Get Ubers or Lyfts or whatever's in your geographical situation. Don't play with fireworks, and just don't touch anybody. Like just anybody.
Just don't touch anybody.
Photographers, massage therapy, anybody. Just keep your hands to yourself. The 3 golden rules
of a professional of yourself to people. Don't do that either.
Just very simple. You only have a short career to make millions of dollars to set up your family for life. Just get
a driver, get a professional driver. Don't even worry about Uber. Get a driver that does all your driving for you. It's very simple. But anyways, wide receivers. This is a big division or a big grouping that we're going to talk about. AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, George Pickens, Khalil Shakir, Malik Neighbors, Stephon Diggs, Terry McLaurin, Tyreek Hill.
CD. I got CD. I know you probably have Neighbors. I have CD.
I did just my rankings today. Shockingly.
I have CD. Why would we not have CD? Why would we want Neighbors above CD? So I'm going to let you tell me why we should put Neighbors. And if you can't do it, then we're putting CD at 1.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I do agree with CD here. Dak Prescott year, incoming. George Pickens going to be able to take off some pressure off of CD. Malik Neighbors has to work with another quarterback now. However, say Russell Wilson can't play the whole season, Jameis Winston comes in, then we're looking at Malik Neighbors, our wide receiver 1 season.
Are we though?
Maybe. We don't know.
Are we though? I still think CeeDee Lamb is up there. He had a down year, almost 1,200 yards, still 6 touchdowns, 17.6 fantasy points per game. Still 150 targets. That's what we want from him. He's had 150 targets at least every year for the past 3 years. CeeDee Lamb is a given. He is a top 5 asset. He should be drafted in all top, 12 picks in your league. So in the first round, he should be going easily. If he's not, go ahead and snatch him up. But I could easily put Neighbors at 2, and I actually do have Neighbors at 2 for the upside. For the
I would
only
put
one
him at
there.
2. He's the only one there. He still caught way over 100 balls last year. It's just absolutely insane. Justin Fields got benched for Russell Wilson, both quarterbacks in New York now. Yeah. After that, I mean, I lean towards AJ Brown here. I don't know about you, but I feel like he's the next stud.
Yep, I have AJ
I
Brown.
think that's a tier.
Yeah, I think Neighbors and CeeDee are a tier, and then I have AJ Brown a tier by himself.
The T. Higgins tier.
Yeah, he's the T. Higgins tier. I mean, he's the number 1 on his team. Problem is with him is he got hurt last year. He only played 13 games, had 97 targets, still almost had 1,100 yards, still had 7 touchdowns. The dude's explosive. I don't mind it. Actually, I like him reading books on the sidelines. I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. The crazy thing about him being is like the Eagles offense is that they have 2 wide receiver 1s on their team. Like Devonta Smith could also go to another team and be the clear wide receiver 1. Kind of like T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins could also do the same. Like there's just a couple of those teams in the NFL, and I think they both they're in Philadelphia and Cincinnati.
He's had 158 targets and 148 6 targets in the past 2 years. Again, if he did not get hurt, he would have been reaching those again and having another 1,400-yard season, I believe, because he did it in 13 games. So why would he not get 1,417?
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin is my 4. Are you surprised I don't have Garrett Wilson up there?
I am very surprised you don't have Garrett Wilson up there.
Garrett Wilson is a super stud that is waiting to break out, but he is the new Terry McLaurin. He just can't get a quarterback. His quarterbacks are, I'm not going to say the bad word here. People want to think Justin Fields is going to improve. He might. Listen, Garrett Wilson could do it with Zach Wilson, busted old, washed Aaron Rodgers. He still gets the job done, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go Terry McLaurin here because he has proven that he can do it with bad quarterback play his entire career. And now he has a great quarterback, and last year he truly broke out. I know that we say like receivers can't break out at this late age. He's almost 30 years old. He's going to be 30 years old, and he had 13 touchdowns last year. Not a career high in yards. He had 1,096, but he had 82 catches, 117 targets. He finally did well for fantasy owners, managers, whatever you want to call us. So I'm okay with Terry McLaurin there.
It's another kid I watched in high school. Yeah, after him, I want to go Garrett Wilson here and then Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
I think those 2 are the next best ones here. And
can I throw a name at you? Can I throw a name at you instead of Devonta Smith?
Are you going to say Tyreek Hill?
No.
Are you going to say George Pickens?
He should be talked about here, though. He should be talked about here.
Who are you going to say?
Wow, the fact that Tyreek Hill has not come up yet has got to surprise everybody. Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is going to New England as the number 1. Stephon Diggs is going to New England to be the alpha number 1 guy there. There is nobody else. You could believe in Demario Douglas all you want. You could believe in the rookie K. Williams all you want. But at the end of the day, Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. He's coming off of an injury that happened in week 8. We'll see how it goes. But last year, he wasn't bad. He wasn't great either. He wasn't the person who we thought he was going to be. But he was a great wide receiver 2, putting up decent numbers when he played with CJ Stroud, getting 12 targets a game, 8, 7. Like he was the primary target there until he got hurt. Nico's a stud, so it doesn't matter. But I think Diggs should get some love here, but I don't think we're going to rank him this high. But I think in drafts, I'd take Diggs over Smith. I think Diggs is going to be the 1, Smith's the 2.
I personally have Devonta Smith and Khalil Shakir over Stephon Diggs, but one is like 32, 34, 35. They're all in the same range. I could flip them either way. So, I mean, it's really a gut check here. Stephon Diggs is always going to a team that has a young quarterback, and then that quarterback does really well, and so does he, until he gets shipped out. So I don't mind Stephon Diggs there. Could definitely. I think it's going to be one of those like stick it to the Bills kind of years for him, and he's going to want to do really well with Drake May. I will put Devonta Smith next, and then Tyreek Hill after that, though.
I was about to say, if you don't put Tyreek on this list before we close out the show, we're gonna have some problems.
Now, for what it's worth, we both have Tyreek Hill as wide receiver 10 in our rankings. Are we fraud?
No, because I'm getting more scared and scared of Tyreek. And again, like I said before, or not before the show, but during the show, I started to update my rankings. I just didn't get it done before the show starts. I am going to go back in there and update my rankings because, guys, rankings by me personally will be updated every Monday moving forward until the end of the season because we are getting into the preseason and players are moving up and down as they should. If you follow a site that just touches their redraft rankings in April, May, June, and just forgets it, and then they update it, by August, that's fine. I want to be on top of it weekly. We really want to focus here at Fantasy Now Plus on our rankings, make sure they're accurate. We want to be a top ranker on Fantasy Pros. So we will be on top of this. Are we frauds for having Tyreek 10? No, and here's why, because I just said we're going to move him down. But I do love Tyreek. I'm just so scared. I'm so scared. Things can go. We could see a possibility. You remember when Antonio Brown was leaving the Bucks and he was walking off the field? We could see that. We could see that. It's happened once. It could happen again. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Tyreek.
Those are one of those moments where it's like, where were you when this happened? And
I was at World of Beer celebrating what I thought was my fantasy football victory.
I was at a Colts Raiders game, and like at the game, and we're like, "Oh, did you see this?" And everybody's like sharing it on their phones, and I'm like, "We're at a football game watching the Colts blow their playoff chances to the Raiders, and we're all focused on Tyreek Hill, or not? I'm sorry, Antonio Brown, just peacing out in the middle of the game against the Jets."
We do have 8 people watching in the chat right now. Whether you're on Finstock Sports Network or Fantasy Now Plus, put it in the chat. I want to know everybody. Jamie, Raphael, Craig, anybody that's here. What do you think Tyreek's going to do? I want to know the stats. Are we going to get 80 catches, 1,200? I want to know what you guys think. I'll put mine out there. I'll put it right here, right now. I think realistically, we're looking at 75 catches. We're looking at 1,050 yards. And we're going to look at 7 touchdowns. I think he's going to have a very mediocre wide receiver 2 season. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think the Dolphins will finish dead last in their division. That's my prediction.
You heard it here first.
Defense has figured Tua out. Tyreek will be limited. I hope not. As a Dolphins supporter, I really, really do hope not. 80 catches undersized, 100,000 yards. It's so hard with the 80 catches under 1,000 yards with the big playability, but I could definitely see that too. I mean, I just had 75 for almost 1,100, so it's about the same.
Last year was his worst year in targets since 2017, his second season. Oh no, well, full season, I guess. But yeah, still one of his worst years. He had the least amount of catches in a long time. I don't think he hits 1,000 yards.
All right. He doesn't think he hits 1,000 yards. I don't think that's a bold statement, but we do have these shows coming up. Next week, we're doing the AFC and NFC West divisions. We'll be covering the Rams, Seahawks, who's in the Chargers, Taylor Swift. We'll be talking it all, AFC and NFC West. Pretty soon, though, we'll have our bold predictions, which are always fun. Those are always a fun show. We'll have our what else? What else we got lined up? I know bold predictions. That's always a fun show.
You always ask me these things like as I don't have any of this.
And then you always say, "I sent you the show sheet. I sent you the Google form."
I did.
Like we're thinking we're the Friday show. Thinking we have things.
See all of this. Let's see. Okay, so we got well, we're going to talk about Scott Fishbowl and Super League recap after the drafts. Got running back. We jump into our rankings, like our positional rankings. So
when's our bold predictions? When's that show? I want to do that show now.
Whenever you want. We could have a bold prediction every week for each position.
Damn right. You
Sound
heard
good?
that, people? You heard that, people? We're extending bowl predictions weekly. You heard it here first from the boss man himself. If you're watching again on Finstock Sports Network or Fantasy Now Plus, we really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. We're here every single Monday at noon. Today we were a little late because Justin can't figure out computers. We started Dynasty in 30 this Saturday with Evan and Will. So make sure you check that out on our YouTube page. We have Studs and Suds. I filled in for Jeff. Hope I did a great job, Jeff. I apologize if I did not, but I filled in for them on Friday at 3 p.m. Justin, we are loaded, packed, and loaded. So I will see you guys next week. Justin, peace out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.